Hey everybody, it's Robert Kinsman with the Krause Kinsman Law Firm. It's April of 2023, and so we're going to do our April update. It seems like this year's flown by. I hope it has for you all in a good way because there's a lot of good things going on here with the Camp Lejeune case. As you know, I like to start every video with "You are a client of Krause Kinsman," and that's why you're receiving this video. So you hired us to represent you in your Camp Lejeune litigation claim, either on behalf of yourself or a loved one, someone close to you, and we don't take that decision lightly here, and we appreciate it, and we're working to try to make this an efficient and smooth process for you, and a successful one as well. Two areas of updates. One, we have the court side, recent hearing, I believe it was April 5th, and then the claim submission process side, as many of you know, is underway. And will continue to be underway as the days go forward. So litigation side, there was recently a hearing in the Eastern District of North Carolina, essentially a starter hearing to familiarize everyone with the judge. Judge, I think you pronounce it Dever, Eastern District of North Carolina. He'll be one of the judges overseeing this process. Again, the Camp Lejeune Justice Act was written in a way where you can only file claims there in the Eastern District of North Carolina, so that's where we'll be. Some great judges, respected by their peers in the community. So we're looking forward to working with them, through them, and with DOJ and the Navy to make this a process worthwhile for all of you. He gave an agenda in both sides, both the plaintiff side, so plaintiffs, us, you, and DOJ, defense side, Navy, defense side, to work together to try to find some common areas in the agenda, things we'll agree on and things we may not agree on that we'll ultimately need judge oversight for. A couple highlights I wanted to go through is the procedure for preserving evidence. The government really has a important job at securing evidence for this case. Not only all the testing that happened at Camp Lejeune, a lot of it being public, but your or your loved one's records. So medical records at VA facilities or facilities within the government's purview, oversight, and service records. So where and when you served in the military, where you were in the military, where you were stationed, and how long you were in the military, discharge summary, all of that. All those key pieces of evidence, obviously, to show, one, you were at Camp Lejeune, and two, that you were injured by the water at Camp Lejeune, that it affected your life or a loved one of yours life, probably pretty dramatically with all the solvents in the water there. So we talked about that. Obviously, the judge highlighted the importance of the government, DOJ, Navy, getting all the other agencies to buy into the process of evidence gathering. And we're really going to have to work in an electronic discovery manner to make sure that that information is easily obtained once it's gathered. So highlight there, we'll continue working with the DOJ and Navy on that. Another item that I wanted to go over is fact sheets. So each plaintiff will have to fill out a fact sheet. It's essentially the type of interview that we've been doing with you already, gathering information on where you were at Camp Lejeune, diagnosis, treatment facilities, diagnosis facilities, obviously, doctors you've seen, when you were at Camp Lejeune, why you were at Camp Lejeune, were you civilian or in the military, civilian employee, those questions that you've spent quite a bit of time, most of you have spent quite a bit of time with our firm going over, usually about a 20-minute intake process. There will be some more information that we'll be reaching out to you to gather, so that's not ready yet, so don't be on the lookout or anything for that. But if we are reaching out to you by phone, email, or text, obviously get back to us as soon as you can. Life is busy, we get it, but we appreciate your responsiveness in this case because it's moving really fast. But a fact sheet is essentially an outline or summary of your case, of your claim. think of it as who, what, when, why, and where. That's how I typically tell clients to think about it. It's no different here. Another thing that I wanted to go over, and I'm reading off of the agenda here, is the judge talked about the need for an expedited settlement procedure. That doesn't mean the case is settling today. It doesn't mean it already settled, and it doesn't mean it's going to settle tomorrow. But there are going to be over 100,000 claims filed in one court, with a total of 4 judges overseeing. If you do the math as the judge did, it would take, I don't remember if he said dozens or hundreds of years to try every case. It's not really possible here, but there are many cases like this where there are tens of thousands of claims filed, and we can create an efficient process to get claims vetted. We can get an efficient process to value claims, and that's what the judge is ultimately asking both sides to do, is make sure we're rolling up our sleeves and working hand in hand on trying to create a just process for everyone. And we look forward to continue doing that. As you know from prior videos, that we have met with DOJ on numerous occasions to do just that. So we want to continue working in that direction. So does DOJ, so does the Navy, so do most other lawyers, and really so does the judge. And he certainly wanted to highlight that. Mostly everything else was about working together in a common manner as plaintiff lawyers, defense lawyers, as we typically do in all these types of large cases. I won't say there won't be any bumps in the road. We're still going to have to prove your claim. We're still going to have to hire experts. But this is a process where the defense here, the Navy and DOJ, have admitted to certain things already. They admitted that the water was contaminated. They admitted that it was the government that did it. They're not necessarily saying whether it was accidental or intentional. I'm sure they're going to say it was accidental, but they were negligent. So at the very least. They, I would say, have a want or desire to make this worthwhile for each and every one of you, and we are going to hold them to that. That's at least what they're saying. Again, they're not going to roll over, but they do know that they're the Department of Justice, and this is an opportunity then to provide justice to each and every one of you. And we look forward to helping in that process. That's why you hired us, and we could not agree more on the need to find common ground, to find justice, to answer questions, the who, what, why, where, and when, and the mostly why. Why did this happen, and how can we fix it? And how can it not happen in the future? So litigation front, first court hearing went well. Common ground should be found. We're going to develop processes to streamline the litigation in terms of presenting information on your behalf to the defense. And that kind of takes us to the claim side. So litigation side, claim side. Claim side, as many of you know, we're starting to file claims, and we're filing claims when we know we have sufficient information to file your claim. For many of you, we have already filed your claim. For others, we're trying to reach back out to you to obtain some additional information by phone, but we're also going to be sending emails and texts to those people that we need a little bit more information from, or to verify some information, to gather that information so we can get your claim submitted. So if we're calling you or emailing you or texting you, it is imperative that you get back to us. We don't want to seem like a nuisance. We certainly want to seem like we're being helpful and that we're working efficiently and smoothly, and we're getting things done for you. I want you to see the success and all the work that's being done. So if we're reaching out to you, we would love for you to get back to us the same day or as quick as possible. If we send you the link to fill out some information, again, you only receive it if we need some additional information. I don't want you to think it's overburdensome or anything, so call us. If if you have questions or just want to tell us, but you're going to get a link to fill out some information. It's as secure as possible, and we look forward to reviewing it as you send it in, and we'll be reaching out if we need anything further. Again, we're greatly looking forward to helping you, and we have looked forward to all the help we've provided, or we have looked back and assessed each and every day and determined whether it's success for you or not. We're always changing things behind the scenes to make sure that we're being as fair and efficient and smooth. We're running a smooth process. So we hope you all see that or feel that, and we certainly hope you do, once we start the settlement administrative process, if and when we get there. Those are the highlights on the litigation claim side. Again, you'll start to receive notices that your claim's been submitted if it's been submitted. If it hasn't been submitted, you'll receive a call from us, or you'll receive a link to fill out some information. We hope you can do that as quick as possible. Always, always, always provide us a new address, phone number, or email if you get a new email address or phone number or mailing address. We need to keep that up to date every day. So if your number changes, if your email changes, if your address changes, we really, really, really need to know that, because we need to we need to send you information. So we need to gather new information from you in order to send you updates and new information about the case, and ultimately get this case wrapped up one day. We're going to need the best way to get a hold of you. So Robert Kinsman here. Just to wrap up, we had a great hearing last week. We look forward to working with DOJ, Navy, and the judges in the Eastern District of North Carolina to create a great process for everyone. And then the claim submission process, the information that we have, the data we have, that is key to making your claim a success. So please be on the lookout for trying to reach you. Again, Robert Kinsman, Krause Kinsman, thank you everyone for trusting us with this process. Like I said at the beginning, we don't take it lightly, and we hope to make this a success for you along the way and at the end of the day. Thanks. I hope everyone has a great April.